Hey, what's up everyone, Saintsfan back again with another GTA 5 video, and today I want to talk about bunkers. And the reason I want to talk about bunkers is because we only have 2 more weeks left for the unreleased vehicles, for the drip feeding of the vehicles. So at some point in the near future, I would imagine we're going to be getting a newswire post telling us what the next update will be, because that's what Rockstar have done in the past. They have given us information about gun running and about some of the past DLCs months in advance. So you would figure they would do the same thing for this next DLC, if anything, just to get people hyped, because it's coming out, or it will be coming out at a time when other new video games are coming out. So I'm sure they want to get people hyped for their DLC and not, some of these other games. So in this video, what I want to do is take a look at some of the possible clues Rockstar have left as to why the next DLC could consist of a bunker 2.0 or like some bunker upgrades. Now, before we hop into the specifics, I want to talk about the date, because this is what's important. So we all know that for the last 3 years, Rockstar have put out a major DLC in December. I'm not entirely sure if that's on purpose or what, but their best DLCs have come out in December. So assuming this year we're also going to get another DLC in December, since that's still so far away, there has to be something in between now and then, because there's no way they go September, October, and November without some sort of DLC. And in the middle of all that, we have Halloween, and they normally do stuff for Halloween, so I'm thinking that the next little, DLC we get is going to be sometime in October probably, and it's going to include some stuff for Halloween. That just makes the most sense because it splits it all up, and then we'll have to wait a month and a half or so for the next DLC, the big DLC in September. Now, obviously this is speculation, so maybe I'm completely wrong, and maybe Rockstar will go 3 or 4 months without releasing any new content to GTA Online. They'll just do a bunch of event weeks. I don't know, but it makes the most sense that they would release a DLC in September, like late December, maybe early October, that also contains the Halloween stuff, because, they delayed Red Dead Redemption 2. So I feel like they're going to want something in its place to make them some money. So with that being said, talking about bunkers. Now, when it comes to DLC for Rockstar, it's evident that they like to take certain aspects of past DLCs and make them new. Gun running was pretty much the MC missions, just a little bit different and a little bit better. The import-export DLC was pretty much the cargo running for the CEO offices, and the CEO stuff came about because of the VIP feature they added, and everyone liked it. And even if you look at the small things, Rockstar like to reuse a lot of stuff that they do, and I think the most notable example is what we have going on right now with the adversary mode called Overtime Shootout. It's pretty much Overtime Rumble, but they tweaked like one thing, and now it's a new adversary mode. So this isn't something new to Rockstar. Rockstar like to take things that are already in the game and then change them a little bit to make them feel new, so people, get excited and obviously buy shark cards. So how does this fit into the bunker? Well, if we take a look at the bunker from above, you will notice that there's a lot of empty space here. And even if you just walk around your bunker, you'll notice that there are a bunch of doors that lead to nowhere, really. Like, you can't go through them. So why would they put doors there if there's no purpose? So in this overhead view, you can see certain things are marked. The bottom, that orange, like, sort of corridor, that's where you drive in. That's like the entrance. To the left of it, that's where your personal vehicle goes and the golf carts. And then to the left of that, in that red box, that's where the MOC stuff is. Now, if we go all the way to the far right, that whole area in the green is where your manufacturing goes. Like when you make supplies, when your bunker people make supplies, it goes in that area. And then to the left of that, obviously that's the middle part where they are actually making the supplies. And that's also where your bedroom and the computer is. And then to the north of that, there is the gun range. Now, as for the doors, there are 4 of them in the bunker that lead to nowhere. The first 2 are actually sort of at the bottom where the MOC and where the golf carts are. One of them has some stuff in front of it, so maybe you'll never be able to access it. But one of them is out in the open, and it looks like a perfectly normal door. So where could that go? And then the other 2, I think the most notable ones that you may have always seen, and you're like, why can't I go through this? There's one by the gun range, and then that sort of goes to nowhere. And there's also one in, and this is somewhat debatable if you want to call it a door, but it's in the manufacturing supplies area. There's just a part of the wall that it looks like the wall, but it almost looks like a secret door. Like it would move to the right, slide to the right, and you could go through. And even at the end of the hallway near the MOC, it just sort of ends. Like it doesn't really go anywhere. And the benefit of having a bunker underground is that they could, Rockstar could totally add whatever they wanted, and it would make sense because it's all underground, and you can just say there was new construction or something. Now, what could these rooms be for? Because that's the whole point, if they were to add new bunker rooms. First off, why? And then second off, what would they be used for? Well, to answer the why question, because they like to reuse stuff. Like I stated, it seems Rockstar would almost rather reuse stuff instead of making completely new things from scratch. And this would work perfectly with that idea in mind. And then to answer the second question, what could this be used for? Well, there's a number of things. I mean, the big area, if they want to, they could make it a sort of a Pegasus customization shop, but for like boats, helicopters, planes, those things we've been wanting for a while. Now, maybe they won't go back and do it. I'm not entirely sure, how they would have this whole system work. Maybe they would just have to add new items. Maybe they add a new Hydra custom, or a new Buzzard custom, or a new tank custom or something. But that's one idea. And if you're wondering maybe how you would get it into your bunker, you could either have two ways, just having you drive to the front of it, like in a helicopter or in a tank or in a Hydra, and then it just teleports you in, and then it teleports you out. Or maybe they add a little like square thing to the side of the bunker entrance where that's where you park it, and it sort of just like goes down into the ground. I don't think either would be that complicated to make. And some other reasons they would add these extra rooms is maybe they do a gun running 2.0 like I've mentioned before, and instead of waiting for our people to make the supplies and then sell it like the way it is now, maybe it works more like the import-export, where there's a separate room for this in the bunker that holds maybe guns or something. Maybe it's like CEO cargo, in that you have to go out and get this stuff, you bring it back, and then you sell it like the import-export, where it doesn't matter how many you have, you're just selling, let's say, one gun or one giant missile to some person. And I'm sure there are plenty other reasons for them to expand on the bunkers. I mean, the one sort of question that I have to ask, if they didn't have plans on expanding the bunker, why put these doors that sort of make it look like they are going to expand it, But let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you had to add a room, like if you were Rockstar and you were going to add a room to the bunker, what sort of room would it be? Like, what would you like to see in a bunker in addition to either what I said and then obviously what's already there? Thank you all for watching, though. Please drop a like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more awesome GTA content, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.